Hello and good afternoon from Derek Keller Field in St. Louis Park. I'm Bruce Oman along with Dwayne Dahl, and it's high school baseball, and we're finally back playing at Dakota Field. St. Louis Park Orioles taking on the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles, and for St. Louis Park, they come into this game at 1-4, and the Eagles at 1-3. Again, been unable to use these fields because of the snow that we had a couple weeks ago, but now field's in great condition, Dwayne, and we got a beautiful day for baseball, 68 degrees.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here, and I know everybody's just edging to get on with this season. A lot of time in the gym this year, not being able to get out to their fields, but it's looking in great shape, and we're looking for a great game between these two teams.
Dwayne, starting lineups for Kennedy be the center fielder Gilbert Lopez batting first. Batting second will be Joe Jeans, the second baseman. Batting third, John Kern at shortstop. Batting fourth, number 15, Kyle Konzemius in right field. Batting sixth, number 24, Anthony Schutte, the third baseman. Batting seventh will be Ben Cradle, the catcher. That's batting sixth. Batting seventh, Justin Ekholm, the designated hitter. Batting eighth will be number 18, Jonas Smallfield, the first baseman. And the left fielder will be batting last, and that's Mike McCaffrey.
Well, we got Will Hannon on the mound today, and he's a depender that depends on his off-speed, pitches a lot to get hitters out, and they're looking for him to step up today and give him a good start for the Orioles.
Yeah, John Meyer catching. It'll be Stillman, Dvorak, Sandbo, and Listiak in the infield. The outfield will be Pekarik, Sorensen, and Brent Ryan. First pitch in there for a strike.
Nice pitch.
Gilbert Lopez, the center fielder for the Kennedy Eagles. And the pitch just missing.
Oh, good off-speed pitch there, Bruce. Just missed it a little bit outside.
Yeah, that one did look good. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count, and the pitch up high. So Will behind in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. And pitch to Lopez.
There you go. Nice
breaking
low
ball.
breaking ball there, Bruce.
So the count even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just underway here, St. Louis Park against Kennedy. And swung on and missed. So strikeout for Hannon.
Great way to start the game for Hannon.
Number 2, Joe Jeans.
So Joe Jeans, the sophomore, playing second base, comes up to the plate. And a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Nice pitch, fouled off.
Seems to be working that outside corner of the plate for those right-handed banners pretty consistently right now.
And getting the ball over the plate, that's important here. Trying to make him chase an outside fastball. Count 2 balls, 1 strike. John Kern on deck. Up high. So the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. St. Louis Park coming off a 6-5 loss against Benilde St. Margaret's. And the count's going to go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So doesn't want to lose them here. Breaking ball, foul up in the air, dive by the third baseman.
Nice.
That's Stillman, and Stillman unable to come up with it.
Great hustle by Stillman, just missed that one.
So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hannon takes the sign from Meyer, and the pitch up high, and first base runner of the game.
Batting third, shortstop, number 11, John Kern.
So John Kern will step up to the plate. We'll see if Lopez, or Jeans, gets good lead at first base.
Sending a number of left-handed hitters.
Diving back in is Jeans. I mean, St. Louis Park has struggled a little bit from the plate this season, so hoping to get their bats going this game. An inside corner for strikes.
I think a lot of it has to do, Bruce, is just getting the consistency to be outside and really get out of the batting cages and have some swings here with the better weather.
There's a nice pitch. Strike 2. Yeah, you know, it was 3 or 4 years ago that same thing sort of happened at Park, but it was more because of rain. And St. Louis Park, I remember when we were announcing games, they were playing 8 games in 8 days. Didn't really play many double headers. Now they're starting to play a few more double headers to make up some of the games. And State has said that for the double headers, we like to see them play 5 innings, but coaches can veer from that. And I think there is a doubleheader coming up, and they will be playing 7. Fly ball to left field. Pekarik with the catch, throwing back into the infield, and Jeans will have to scoop back into first base.
Yeah, you really can't get a feel of a game, I think, at 5 innings, Bruce. I think, you know, 7 is probably the minimum to really get into a game. Even thinking at the league level, you're paying 6 innings there. So I think it's important to try to play 7 innings whenever possible.
Well, the cleanup hitter, Kanzemius, up to the plate, swing and a miss. The foul tip caught by Meyer.
It's good to get ahead in the count.
We mentioned Will only throwing to 1 batter so far this season. Looking good right now. Ahead of the cleanup hitter, no balls and 2 strikes.
Let's see if he can strike him out and get out of this first inning.
See if the runner goes here. No, and
there we go. Beautiful pitch.
Had that one perfectly down low at the knees, and that's where you want to throw it to that cleanup hitter,
Yeah, you want to keep it down and try to keep it to the infielder as much as possible. He was ahead in the count that inning.
So for the St. Louis Park Orioles this season, they started off the season on April 12th. 3-1 loss against Edina. That was at Edina. Then they were unable to play their games on April 17th and April 19th against Richfield and Chaska. Then Thursday, April 26th, they beat Chanhassen at Chanhassen 8-3. The 26th, they also, looks like they had 2 games on the 26th at Veterans Park in Minnetonka. And that was a loss, 6-2 loss at Chanhassen. At Veterans Park, what a great baseball field that is. And I know a lot of teams are taking advantage of that with artificial turf, being able to play those games. And so in St. Louis Park, a 2-1 loss to Armstrong and a 6-5 loss against Benilde St. Margaret. So they've been in a lot of the games, and be interesting to see if they can get those bats going. And this is the lineup for the St. Louis Park Orioles. It'll be Sorensen batting first in center field, Riley Dvorak batting second, the shortstop, Ian Sandbo batting third at second base, Zach Listiak, the first baseman, batting fourth, Shea Pekarik, the left fielder, batting fifth. There'll be Brent Ryan, the right fielder, batting sixth, Luke Boyum, the designated hitter, batting seventh, Jacob Stillman batting eighth at third base, and batting ninth will be the catcher, John Meyer. Again, pitching will be Caleb Vanderbeek.
Waiting on for St. Louis Park in the bottom of the first, center fielder, number 1, Johnny Sorensen.
So Johnny Sorensen, football quarterback for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Yeah, he led the Orioles to the first football state tourney this fall in quite a long time, Bruce.
Great athleticism. Plays center field here in Orioles. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Breaking ball that didn't break that time by Vanderbeek, and the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. strike. Sorensen 3 for 13 on the season. Batting .231. There's a grounder and good play by the pitcher, Vanderbeek, on over to Smallfield, and there's one away.
Batting second,
Yeah, that gets by the pitcher. There may be a chance that Sorensen can beat that one out.
Yeah, he hit it pretty hard, right back to the pitcher, and a great fielding play by Vanderbilt.
Brings up Riley Dvorak, the shortstop. Vanderbeek's pitch in there for a strike.
Dvorak's going to be heading to St. Thomas next year.
Riley also on the season has 4 stolen bases, so if he gets on base, he's a threat to go.
Like curveball that didn't break that time.
And the 2-1 pitch by Vanderbeek.
Oh, nice
line to center field. Center fielder coming in and making the catch. What a nice play by the center fielder, Lopez.
Lopez got a good jump on that ball and just got there in time.
Number 11, Ian Sambo.
Yeah, Sorensen hit it perfect. Yeah, he hit it hard. Right on the sweet spot of the bat, but right at the center fielder. Ian Sandbo, the second baseman, steps up to the plate, takes the first pitch a little high for a ball. Zach Listiak on deck. Vanderbeek. Speed. Got some good power on that pitch that time.
He has a good fastball, looks to me.
Chop.
Right back at us.
I didn't cringe that time, but when they come really hard, that's when I jump.
Sambo's been hitting everything pretty hard and in the gaps this year.
They're 2 good hitters back to back with Sandbo and Listiak. Listiak's been hitting really hard. He's been batting 500 or close to 500 this season. Sandbo swings and misses. The ball dropped by the catcher. Be a play at first base, and the side's retired.
For the Orioles in the bottom
So 1,
of the
2,
first,
3 innings.
no runs, no
St. Louis
hits,
Park,
no
so no
errors,
runs,
and
no
nobody
hits.
left on base. Fans, here are some upcoming St. Louis Park athletic events. The girls softball team's in action today, hosting the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles at Dakota Park. Friday, they will host a doubleheader with the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars at 4:30, also at Dakota Park. The boys and girls track and field teams are in action tomorrow afternoon.
Dwayne, for Bloomington Kennedy, their season so far started off with April 21st game against Chanhassen. They lost that game 6-1. They lost to Simley 11-6, and Bloomington Jefferson 4-2 before beating Cooper 16-8. That game was Monday, so nice game for them, putting up 16 runs on the board.
16 runs, showing their hitting's coming along, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping Anna can keep up what he did in the first inning to keep those strokes down, and we don't have a game like that. He looked really good in that first inning, just kind of picking the corners away. So,
how many pitches did he throw that inning?
He threw about 18 pitches that inning, which is a little bit higher. You usually want to be in about that 15 pitch count each inning, but for your first inning, that was great. So let's see if he can get a couple quick outs here as we head into this second.
So it brings up Anthony Schutte will lead off the inning, followed by Ben Cradle and Justin Eckel. Schutte steps up to the plate.
Yeah, nice
and
fastball.
pitch for a strike. Another good pitch. Fly ball to center field. Going back is Sorensen, and he makes the catch.
Nice drive.
It's the best hit that we've seen so far in the game by the Kennedy Eagles.
Hey, left that fastball up a little bit.
Ben Cradle, the catcher on the Kennedy team. Swing and a miss. Pulled on that one. Top of the second, no score here between St. Louis Park and Kennedy. Fly ball, this is gonna
drop in
front of the left fielder. Picaric gets it back in. And Ben Cradle on with the base hit. First hit of the game.
Hitter, number 14, Justin Ekholm.
And now Justin Ekholm will step up to the plate. What's up, Dwayne?
I was just trying to check his batting average, but I don't think we have that.
For the Eagles, number 22, Michael.
Yeah, I think with a lot of the games being so close together, it's been hard for some of the coaches to get all the stats put together. So unfortunately, we don't have the stats. But nice pitch.
Nice. He has a nice slow breaking ball.
And takes the sign from Meyer. Cradle at first gets his lead. Swing and a miss. Again, nice slow inside pitch.
Keeping it down low.
Trying to work off the bottom half of the order here for Bloomington Kennedy. Grounder to the third baseman. Stillman on over to the first baseman and tags the runner. Nice play by Listiak at first base. And runner will advance to second
First
base.
baseman, number 18, Jonah Smallfield.
So there's two down, and Cradle at second base. Jonas Smallfield, the number 8 hitter in the order, comes up to the plate. And looks back to second, and the pitch swung on a miss.
Way out in front of that one, Bruce. That breaking ball is working real well.
It definitely changes the speed on those pitches. Down low.
Nice block by the catcher there.
Up high. Cloud's coming in a little bit here. Nice.
Beautiful,
nice breaking
beautiful
ball.
slope.
Yeah, that was a curve. See if he works one off the outside corner here. Swing and a miss, and we're going to have a play at first base. Meyer over to Listiak, and the side retired. So good inning that time for Will Hannon.
Yeah, he got by with a lot fewer pitchers that inning. Bruce, we're looking at about that 15 pitch number.
Yeah, we've seen 4 batters come to the plate both innings for Kennedy, and so
He seems to have really good control, and he's really attacking the batter right now. And he's not falling behind on the hitters too often.
So Van Beek will steps on the mound, and he'll face the number 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the St. Louis Park Orioles. They'll be Listiak, Picaric, and Ryan. Looks like we have a that sun goes down, it feels like it just cooled down a little bit here. Not much of a breeze today, so should not play any part in the ball carrying differently.
So Zach Listiak's coming up. He has a batting average of 462 right now. It's been at bat 13 times this year.
Has the only home run for the Orioles this season. Popped up out of play.
Fans, please return foul balls to the game. Thank you.
When you have to run and get that one, they don't give popcorn here like they used to back in the day.
Oh man, I switched them up for Mr. Freezy's, I think, back on a hot day.
Good pitch that time by Vanderbeek, and he's ahead of Listiak at no balls and 2 strikes.
Listiak plans walking on at Bemidji State next year.
According to Danny Bissonette, Listiak, even on the outs this season, have been hard hits. That one's down the left field line, out of play. Vanderbeek with the 1-2 pitch down low, good eye.
Let's see if he comes back with a fastball here. Nope.
A breaking ball that just didn't come in, just outside, and a good call by the umpire. As that one just outside, and the count's now full.
I think he's coming with a fastball.
See what Zach does here.
There it is.
And there's a grounder to the second baseman. Jeans on over to the first baseman, Smallfield. And Listiak retired for the first out here in the second inning.
Left fielder, number 7.
For that one, 4-3. Shea Pekarik now up to the plate. And Dwayne Pekarik this season.
Pekarik is batting. First, actually, he's only been up 13 times. Still hasn't got a hit yet. So hopefully he'll break out of that right now.
But we may have a couple hits there. Maybe just the stat sheet's off a little bit. Tip.
Oh, nice drive into the gap.
Center fielder going back. This one's going to go to the fence. Pekarik on his way to second base, and he's going to hold up with a double.
Nice stroke.
Right in between Lopez and Conzemius, and all the way down to the fence. So that'll bring up
Right fielder, number 3.
Brent Ryan.
Well, if the stats were wrong, Bruce, that was a nice first hit of the season for him.
Or third.
Or third hit, depends on whose stats we're looking at here.
Brent Ryan back from a wrist injury. Good to have him back for the Orioles. And he hits it hard to the second baseman. That's Jeans, and Jeans gets it over to the first baseman, and the runner advances to third base.
Batting 7th, designated hitter, number 21, Luke.
That time swinging at the first pitch and grounding it hard to the second baseman, but right at Jeans.
Now Luke Boyum's up now, and according to the stats we have, he's batting .273 right now.
All right, we're gonna stop the stats because we're getting a little heckling from the crowd here.
Nice
Swung on and missed. I have him 3 for 11 here, dude. Swung on and missed. And the Orioles go down to get one hit, a double by Pekarik, but he's left on third base. So after 2 innings of play, our score 0-0. We'll be back with more baseball here in just a minute.
Introducing a breakthrough in time management technology. A whole new day of the week. It's called Someday. Ingenious. Perhaps someday you are going to go skydiving. Enter a hot dog eating contest. Maybe ride a mechanical bull. Now it's on the calendar. You may want to retire someday. Ready for that? You'll really want this. A My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits, plan for your retirement, and how to save for it. If you already receive benefits, you can manage them online. Millions of people already have a My Social Security account. In fact, someone opens one about every 6 seconds. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
Bruce Over along with Dwayne Dahl. We're back for inning number 3. You got it's dinner time here, isn't it? It's 6:25.
And I think that I see the pizza coming. It's in the parking lot over there, Bruce. It should be. Do you have your wallet out? Are you gonna
I don't know. What are they eating over there? I get a little bit of that. So we start off with number 9 hitter Mike McGaffey, batting 9th in the lineup, but first here to start the 3rd inning. And McGaffey hits a fly ball into the outfield. Going over there is the left fielder, and that's caught by Pekarik. Does a good job as he drifts to his left that time.
Gilbert Lopez.
Gilbert struck out his first time.
And the pitch by Will. That's a fly ball to left field. This one looks like it's going to be trouble. And diving is Pekarik. He can't get to it. And gone over to second base is Lopez. He'll get a double. Sort of a seeing eye hit that time between the left fielder and the third baseman.
Yeah, it's just one of those plays where it just falls right in between those two, and it's really that's a hard play to make one.
Second baseman Joe Jeans.
They're hitting them early right now. They're just sort of on the early part of the count. Maybe second time around. We'll see how Will does here. Joe Jeans walked his first time up. Lopez gets the lead at second base. And the breaking ball low and inside. John Kern is on deck. And the breaking ball again, low and outside this time. First base open, but you don't want to necessarily walk the hitter to put a force when you have the number 3 and 4 hitters coming up to the plate.
No.
There's a chopper to the first baseman, and a nice play that time by Listiak. No chance to throw on to third, and Lopez gets over to third base.
Shortstop John Kern.
John Kern's coming up here in his first time up at flyout.
Balls that one out of behind home plate, out of play. Kyle Kanzemius on deck. Kern with the fly ball to center field. This is trouble. And the shortstop goes out, and that's Dvorak, and makes the play. That's really the only play that the Orioles had, and Dvorak did a good job going out towards center field, making the catch, and keeping the Kennedy Eagles scoreless here in this game. Another 4-batter inning. They're rocking it here, Dwayne.
They are, and a good inning by Hannon. He got out. He just had a 7-pitch inning there, Bruce. Actually, an 8-pitch inning. No, 7. So pitch count's only at about 38 so far in the game. He's having a good outing so far.
One pitcher's duel so far here, 0-0 here as we go into the bottom of the third. For the Orioles, it'll be Stillman, Meyer, and Sorensen.
People taking in the trails around the park here.
Derek Keller field.
For St. Louis Park in the bottom of
Named
the
after
third,
one of the great players that's played for St. Louis Park, Derek Keller, who
Jacob
passed
Stillman.
away from leukemia. Dwayne, this living in St. Louis Park, or growing up in St. Louis Park, we played here before. Grounded to the third baseman. On over to first. So Shooty on over to Smallfield.
Batting ninth,
One away.
catcher number 22, John Meyer.
Let's see if we get a hit going here, get some things going.
Maybe you can see what the Jugs gun says next to you. And the pitch is lined into center field. This is going to be a base hit. Played on by the right fielder, Smallfield. He'll throw it in, and John Meyer gets a base hit for the Orioles' second hit of the game.
I think that was my first call of the game, Bruce. Get a hit to get this inning going, and see if we get some.
Always nice. Always nice when you get a hit from your number 9 hitter. Now you start at the top of the order with Sorensen, and we're going to get. I don't know if the Orioles could put a runner in.
Courtesy runner for the Orioles,
Yeah, they do.
number 16, Aaron Ellingson.
Ellingson will be running.
Ellingson's a sophomore outfielder for the Orioles.
And will be the future quarterback for the St. Louis Park Orioles, replacing Sorensen on the football team. Strike. Sorensen grounded out to the pitcher, and a good play by Vanderbeek as he went to his left, coming off the mound, was able to get the ball going up the middle. What are you finding out, Dwayne? There's a grounder. This is going to be a tough play for the shortstop, and he's not going to have a play. So that time, John Kern going to his right, but wisely held the ball. That was in the hole, and I don't think there's any way there to get Sorensen. Johnny has a lot of speed going to first base, and Meyer got over to second base pretty quickly as well. So I'll call it an infield single. And Riley Dvorak comes up.
Riley's a 3-sport athlete.
Lined out to the center fielder who made a diving catch in the first inning. So Dvorak hit the ball well. Ellingson getting his lead at second base. Sorensen gets the lead at first. Throw and dropped by the second baseman, but Ellingson got back in first. Good move, though, by the pitcher.
Yeah, that was a good move, keeping him close there. Let's see if he can get a bigger lead this time now that they've tried that once. He might try to get a bigger lead.
Strike on the outside corner. Good pitch by Vanderbeek. One ball, one strike the count. One out here and up high and outside. Now it's 2-1. Orioles trying to get on board. 0-0 our score as we're in the bottom half of the third inning. Ellingson at second, Sorensen at first. Pitch is in there for a strike. Dvorak taking on that.
Good fastball, pitch. 73 miles an hour.
Ian Sanbo on deck. Runners hold. Grounder to the shortstop. This could be two. On over to second for one. Not in time. And the Orioles will have runners at first and third with 2 outs. So Ellingson over to third. Dvorak, first base. And Dvorak has 4 stolen bases this season. So we'll see if the Orioles send Dvorak. Again, Sandville, they're number 3 hitter up. He struck out his first time up. If they do send him, we'll see if Cradle will throw it down. Riley gets the lead at first. Pitch just inside. Zach Listiak on deck. Throw back to first base, and diving back is Dvorak. You can see Vanderbeek has a good move to the bases. Dvorak's not going. There's a throw back to first base. Oh. And Dvorak got off, was a little slow getting back, and throws up high. Otherwise, they had a chance for a play on Dvorak.
That was a nice play, but it's kind of risky that the way the right fielder's playing, drifted over more standard position. That could have gone all the way down in the outfield and scored maybe even a couple runs.
2-0 count. Dvorak's going, and they're going to throw it down to second base, and they got him.
Nice play. That was a nice play by Ben Cradle.
So the Orioles collect 2 hits that inning, but are held scoreless, and we're through 3 innings of play here from Derek Keller Field. The score is 0-0. We'll be back with more baseball in just a minute.
I'm Sandra Fry. I'm a union bus driver, and I'm also a mom. During 17 years with Greyhound, I've covered over 2 million miles. My job is to safely bring families together. I love the open road, but I never forget that a drowsy or careless driver could be right around the next curve. Drunk driving is the deadliest of all. As a mom and as a bus driver, I have a message for you. If you drink, don't drive.
Bruce Homer along with Dwayne Dahl.
Whip it good.
He's singing. You're singing, Dwayne. We're back. Back in the days when Dwayne's playing in the band. You know, interesting here to see what the Orioles do here because of all the games that they're playing in a doubleheader coming up. We'll see how long they elect to go with their pitcher, Hannon. And how many pitches has he thrown so far?
Hannon's thrown 38 pitches. It's pretty much been a pretty even duel so far because Vanderbeek is 39 pitches, just one more. So they're both, we're in a good pitching duel right now, but like you said, it'll be interesting to see how long each coach will let them go today.
Both teams will come up this inning with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Kyle Kenzemius struck out his first time up. Up high. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Big strike zone. Kenzemius stands pretty tall here. There's a good pitch. Fouled back.
Reminder fans to please return foul balls to the game. Thank you.
Howard Lulov, the announcer. Good pitch. So good job that for Hannon. He was down 2 balls and no strikes to start the hitter here, Kenzemius, and now he's even the count at 2-2, and the pitch swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the game for Kenzemius.
Third baseman, Anthony.
4th strikeout of the game for Hannon.
Shoot flew out the last time up.
It flew out to the center fielder, Johnny Sorensen. Anthony Schutte chops that one foul. Ben Cradle on deck. And the pitch by Hannon. Curveball in there for a strike again. It's been a pitcher duel here. 0-0 our score. 3 hits for the Orioles, 2 hits for the Eagles. And the game moving along at a good pace. Oh, that one just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Beautiful.
Swung on a miss. Good breaking ball down low. So the first 2 batters striking out brings up Ben Cradle.
I've been really impressed with Hanna today. Last 2 batteries got to a 2-2 count, and he's put them out on those last 2-2.
Anytime you can avoid the walks and keep batters off. Here's a fly ball.
High fly.
Yep, and it's going to be taken by the shortstop, Riley Dvorak. Great inning. I don't think many pitches that inning, but 1, 2, 3. So, you know, Kennedy has sent 4 batters to the plate every inning up until this time, and it's just 1, 2, 3 inning for Hannon. So,
yeah, that was a great inning by Hannon. He had 12 pitches, Bruce. As I mentioned, he stayed away from those full counts, keeping the pitch count low. That was the inning. Inning pitch was number 50 for him today.
Brian Kelly, the manager of the St. Louis Park Orioles, along with his assistant Danny Bissonette. Head coach for Bloomington Kennedy, George Walker, along with Cliff Christopherson, Mark Hansen, and Ben Burkhoff. Upcoming games for the St. Louis Park Orioles will be Friday, May 4th, a doubleheader against Bloomington Jefferson. Those games will be here at Dakota Park, and then Saturday, May 5th, against the tough Hopkins team. I'm not sure where Hopkins is right now, but I know they started the season at 3-0, so they have one of their best squads they've had in years right now.
And always a good rivalry game too.
Right. So come on out and support your St. Louis Park Orioles. Nothing like sitting out and watching a baseball game when the weather's as nice as it is. A few road games after the Hopkins when you can see they're at Richfield, Chaska, and White
Now
Sound.
batting for St. Louis Park in the bottom of the 4th, second baseman Ian Sambo.
So Ian Sambo will come back up to the plate again. He was at the plate when Riley Dvorak was out stealing second base. So he gets to see Vanderbeek once again here.
Nice fastball.
We're saying Vanderbeek's fastballs are in the 70s.
Breaking ball just outside there, Bruce.
Yeah, didn't miss by much, do we?
Okay, seems to be mixing it up really good, as both pitchers have.
Down low, good scoop by the catcher, Cradle. Play the right fielder shaded more towards center field. So if he swings late and gets that ball down the right field line, could go for a while. Zach Listiak on deck, followed by Pekarik. Sambo hoping for a walk that time, but the pitch called a strike. So the count full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Vanderbeek looks on to Cradle's sign. And this is a fly ball, the second baseman going back, and now the shortstop is going to call him off. And he makes the catch. That's John Kern out in center field.
First baseman Zach Listiak.
So Listiak grounded out to the second baseman. First time up. Takes that pitch inside and high. Both pitchers with good control in this game. St. Louis Park has not had any base on balls in this game. Well, the green light on a 2-0 pitch, fouled out of play. So you got a hitter like Listiak, you give him the green light unless it's 3-0. There's a grounder back to the second baseman. So Listiak, 2 grounders to the second baseman here so far this game. Shea Pekarik comes up. Pekarik with a double his first time up. Hit it between the center fielder and the right fielder all the way to the fence. I think we had mentioned Shea's looking for his hit, but he had a couple hits the last game against Benilde, so it's on a little bit of a roll now.
Well, let's see if we can get a 2-out rally going here.
Vanderbeek ahead of Shea, 0-2, and swung on and missed.
Pitch.
So it's a pitching duel here at St. Louis Park. We have 5 hits total in the first 4 innings between the two teams, and we're through 4 here as the game's rolling on. 0-0 our score.
Senior Helpers provides essential information, in-home care, and support for seniors living with Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, and other disabling diseases. We spoke with renowned occupational therapist Teepa Snow about some of the myths surrounding Alzheimer's disease.
Some of the myths about dementia and Alzheimer's is that people aren't trying and that maybe we should push them harder. There's a point at which the brain is dying, and so people are doing the best they can in that moment. What we could do is change how we go about it. Another myth is that it's all genetic. Not necessarily. Lifestyle matters. How we live our life makes a difference. We also know that not everybody will get it. It's not something that for sure as you age you will develop.
For more information on Senior Helpers, please visit us online at seniorhelpers.com. Senior Helpers is a member of the Alzheimer's Foundation of America.
So we're back for the start of the 5th inning, and for Kennedy will be the number 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Ekholm, Smallfield, and McGaffey.
This game's really moving along, Bruce. Again, it's a pitching duel, and the pitchers are about 2 pitches apart difference between their total pitch counts at 50 and 52. Now, the
Right,
both
teams very evenly matched here right now. Swung on a miss. So Will working ahead of the hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. Ekman grounding out to the third baseman his first time up. Fouls this one out to the third base coach.
Nice play.
Another pitch, so he's just coming across with strikes here.
And this far, he's been doing a good job of keeping that breaking ball down. These guys have seen it now once or twice, and that's what he's got to start worrying a little bit.
You know, that's a good pitch. Try and make on an 0-2, try and make the batter chase. Oh, breaking ball high. Don't want to lose them here. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. just misses low and outside. Will wanted that one. He looked in a little bit longer there, but breaking ball and just outside.
Just missed that one.
Needed to be pitching from about another 2 feet out, and that ball would have come right across the plate.
First baseman, Jonah Smallfield.
Second walk of the game for that Hannon's given up.
Jonah's up here. He's struck out his last time up.
Runner going. Throw on to second base and a high hop. Unable to get the tag down is Sandbo. I think Kelly may be wondering if there's interference by the batter. Looked like the catcher really didn't have a clear throw to second base.
Do the replay.
See if we can see it. Batter just staying in the box there.
Yeah, I couldn't really see anything from that angle.
See if we see a bunt here at bottom of the order, so they're going to try and advance the runner into scoring position. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. McGaffey on deck, the number 9 hitter. Now he's a swing away, swung on a miss. You mentioned Smallfield striking out his first time up. Hannon would like to get a strikeout here, and the pitch grounded to the left side. Runner's going, throw on over to first, and the batter's retired, and the runner will move on to third base. Good base running that time by Ekholm as he waited till the throw went over to first till he advanced. Boy, now Hannon can really use the strikeout here.
Let's see how he...
Orioles are going to play the infield up.
Just missed that one.
And so the infield up on the grass. It's a pitcher's duel. You don't want to concede the run. And you do not want to walk the number 9 hitter here. Hannon's pitch in there for a strike. Good pitch. Second time that they've had runners at third base down the left field line. Foul ball, just to the left side of third base. Got around on that one, Dwayne.
Here we are at 2-2. We really want to keep this at 2-2, not get to the 3-2 count where it puts a little more pressure on you to give them a sweeter pitch.
Breaking ball and
just a little high on that one, Bruce.
So full count. Lopez on deck. And the pitch. Oh, I don't know where that one was. That one looked good to me, but again, we're
slightly off home plate here.
Gilbert Lopez.
So now runners on first and third. Big lead. There goes the runner. They're going to see what they do here. Now the runner's going. Throw home, and he's safe. And the runner will advance to second base. So Orioles don't get any outs on that play.
Yeah, just didn't execute that properly. Should have been more of a pitcher running right at that runner.
So 1 out, runner at second base, and Kennedy with the first run of the game. Breaking ball in there for a strike. A lot of times they'll, on that play, they may have a play set up where they throw it back to the pitcher, who then looks back to third, and they just let the runner get second base. But popped up. Stillman calls it, makes the catch.
Second baseman, Joe Jeans.
So 2 outs, and they'll bring up Kern. Oh, that's Jeans, actually. Fly ball, center field, Sorensen back on the track, makes the catch. So 1 run. And that's what the walks are really what sort of hurt them that inning.
Yeah, it always is that situation with the walks, and but we got out of this still one run ball games.
It's been a while since I've kept score, Dwayne, and now I was off a batter, so I'm just trying to get her back together here.
I just don't understand what that free throw thing you have on there, Bruce, is. What is that? Is that part of this game, or?
They're 3 for 4 from the line. First baseball game we've done this year, and I've done, and Dwayne, it's been a while since you and
I was trying to think, probably been 30 years since I did last in a game with you, and it'd probably be another 30 after people listen to this. So. But it's fun to go back to your roots, and you know, I played baseball here through the St. Louis Park systems, and
I think you had a brother. Your brother played too.
Brother played, did some high school baseball here, and at the alma mater. So some interesting times, fun times to build relationships, things like that, and in the community, and they're lifelong friendships and acquaintances you make along the way.
Brent
Ryan will start the inning for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
St. Louis Park in the bottom of the 5th, right fielder Brent Ryan.
Brent grounded out to the second baseman. Hit it hard, but right at the second baseman his first time up. See if the Orioles can get a run back here.
Ryan also a hockey player.
Good eye taking the first pitch. Vanderbeek. This is popped up in foul territory, and that's going to be out of play. Ben Cradle running out of real estate there, unable to get that foul ball. Brent stays alive. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
I'd like to see the Orioles get a runner on early on this inning and see if we can create some runs.
Good eye and high pitch. Vanderbeek's pitched a good game here for Kennedy. There's a fly ball to center field. This one's going to drop for a base hit. So Brent Ryan with the 4th hit of the game for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Designated hitter Luke Boyum.
We see Ben Cradle has a great arm, so we'll see what the Orioles do here.
Boyum's also one of the top 3 pitchers in the rotation, and you know, has only given up 3 hits in 2 games this year.
Chopped foul off of his foot. That one stings a little bit. I'd like to see one of the Orioles hit that ball down that right field line.
Yeah, they'd be.
Chopped again. But twice off the shin.
That is painful. He's doing a little dance, as we heard that song earlier.
Ah, that one's done. like he's going to be okay. Shakes his head as he steps back in. All right. 0-2 the count. Ryan gets the lead.
There you go.
There's a chopper into left field, a base hit, so 2 hits in a row to start the inning for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Well, let's see if we put a bunt down here.
Third baseman, Jacob Stillman.
They're going to get a pinch runner in the game.
I think Boyum's limping a little bit there.
For St. Louis Park, running for Boyum.
So Aaron Sledge will run at first base. Running back for the football team.
Ben Cradle's out there calling assignments out in the infield.
Again, trying to make sure the players are aware if Stillman does bunt the baseball here. Runners going.
Beautiful bunt.
Yeah, it was perfect. And really a good play by the first baseman there, having to reach for that ball that was small field. So sack bunt. Brings up John Meyer. See if John can do what he did his first time up with a nice solid base hit. But he's stranded on third base. Whereas with a couple hits this inning. Now runners at second and third with 1 out. Johnny Sorensen on deck.
There you
go. Grounder through the hole, base hit. 1 run in. On over to third is Sledge. Throw comes into the cutoff, and the Orioles will have runners on first and third, and the game is tied at 1.
Beautiful placed hit there.
Second hit of the game by John Meyer. Comes at a great time. Sledge that time had to sort of hold up a little bit with the ball hit to the left side, and then was able to get to third. And we'll see as we get a visit to the mound.
Couldn't see if they have anybody warming up over there, Bruce, but it's just maybe, again, to talk about assignments.
So the Orioles go up to the top of the order now with Sorensen, Dvorak, and Sandbo, the next 3 hitters up for the St. Louis Park Orioles. 6 hits for St. Louis Park, 2 for Kennedy. Kennedy scoring in the top half of the inning. A couple walks. The Orioles scoring with, start off with base hit by Brent Ryan. Boyum with the base hit, got, and then sacrifice by Stillman, getting the runners over to second and third, and John Meyer with the hit past the shortstop. And the Orioles have tied the game at 1. They have runners at first and third.
Center fielder, Johnny Sorensen.
So Meyer at first, Sledge at third, and the hitter Johnny Sorensen. Base hit is last time up. He's 1 for 2 in the game.
There is a big gap on the right side of the field there.
Pitch just missing. Cradle giving some signals.
I'm making another call, Bruce. I'm calling single right here.
Down low. Pitch count getting up there, Dwayne?
Yeah, at about 65 pitches for Vanderbeek, excuse me.
So 3 balls, no strikes to Sorensen. Dvorak on deck. See if they give him the green light. I think he'll be taking here on a 3-0 pitch. Yep. It's hard for a hitter when he's given the take signal and it's right over the plate. Sorensen fouls this one out of play. So now the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is a situation where we saw Kennedy run the runner from first base and try and get into a rundown, and that one just missing. Catcher Cradle thought it was strike 3, and he framed that pitch, kept it in the spot, and umpire calling that ball 4.
Just missed on that pitch. Well, here's a great opportunity for Dvorak. Bases loaded. Opportunity to blow this game open. Put up that crooked number.
St. Park looking for their first lead of the game. Sandbo on deck. Sledge gets the lead at third base. Strike 1. Vanderbeek with only 1 walk in this game, and that was to Sorensen. High breaking ball, misses.
Even a fly ball here would screw that runner from third.
Sorensen at first. Myra gets the lead at second, and Sledge at third. That's fouled out.
Just missed that one.
The corner infielders are playing in. The middle infielders are back a little bit in double play depth. Parked up, out of play again.
Always a hard pitch to lay off, Bruce. That one
The high pitch.
right around your shoulders there. Guys get real big and you just want to take a swing at that one.
Riley doing a good job protecting the plate. Lying out in the first inning on a great play by the center fielder, who dove to make the catch, grounded out to second base in the third inning. Looking to give the Orioles a lead, and this one's popped straight up in the air.
Infield fly.
Yep. Play made by Jeans, and the Orioles unable to get the run across there for the time being.
Ian Sandbo.
So Ian Sandbo comes up. Flew out. The shortstop caught the ball going out into the outfield to make the catch. He's 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout. Bottom half of the 5th inning, tied at 1. Pitch in there for a strike. Ducks on the pond, Dwayne.
Really would love to get a hit here. Put some pressure on them as we go into the 6th inning.
Vanderbeek's pitch. Fly ball towards
Get out of here.
first base side, and the first baseman, Smallfield, makes the catch. The Orioles strand 3 on the bases. Orioles get 3 hits that inning, but come away with just 1 run. And after 5 innings, we're tied at 1-1.
No errors and
If I say heads up, what does that mean to you? It means be aware, be alert. Be prepared to prevent something bad from happening, like a concussion. Most concussions are preventable if you make the effort. Wear a helmet when you bike, wear a seatbelt when you're in the car, and always be aware and be safe. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. want to prevent a concussion, it's time to be heads up.
Well, here we are back at Keller Field, and in the midst of a pretty great pitching duel. It's 1-1 here as we head into the top of the 6th inning. Will Hannon having a great game so far.
Yeah, he has, you know, and again, we saw Kennedy get 1 run in a game that was tied at 0 through 4. They got a run at the top half of the 5th inning, and the St. Louis Park Warriors did a good job to come back with 1. They would have liked to have more there, though, but we'll see what that does to, you know, Kennedy sort of escaped an Oriole rally there.
Yeah, he really, Vanderbeek really pitched out of that jam, Bruce, and really helped out his team.
Shortstop, John Kern.
So see what happens here for Kennedy. They get the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters up. That's Kurd, Konzemius, and Schutte. Inside. So far through 5 innings, Hannon only giving up 2 hits in this ball game. There's a fly ball to center fielder. This left fielder over there, and making the catch is Pekarik. Orioles outfielders do a good job covering a lot of ground.
Yeah, they are really communicating well out there. There's been some deep fly balls tonight, and they've managed to reel them in.
Now Konzemius steps up to the plate. Hannon doing a good job on Konzemius so far. Grounded to the shortstop. Dvorak on over to the first baseman, and they get the speedy runner in Konzemius. 2 quick outs for the Orioles.
Anthony Schutte.
This is what the Orioles can use, is a quick inning here for their pitcher. And just throwing strikes. And that's that curveball that comes over. That's the one that just is so close to whether it's going to get over the plate or not get over the plate. It did that time, and Schutte is looking.
A little low on that one.
Not a bad location, though. 1-1 pitch. This is low again.
Well, he's doing a good job, as I mentioned earlier, Bruce, keeping that ball down and keeping, if they do make contact, they're going to hit it right into the ground at that level.
What I like about Will, too, he's just got a good pace on the mound. He's throwing pretty quickly, and that's a fair ball down the line. But great job by Pekarik as he gets over there quickly, and going to be a base hit for Schutte. He's going to be held at first base.
Yeah, he hung that one up just a little bit, and was able to drill it down to third base.
Catcher, Ben Cradle.
So now the catcher, Ben Cradle, comes to the plate where he's 1 for 2. A base hit in the 2nd inning and a pop up to the shortstop in the 4th inning. See if they send the runner. Runner not going, and a strike called.
Outfield pretty much playing straight away. Right fielder
Schutte, and quick throw by.
Shaded a bit till center. Just playing him a little bit to the left.
More of a play where you just try and just let the runner know you're still watching him. So on a miss, throw back to the first baseman. Not in time. Good scoop that time by the first baseman, Listiak. 0-2 count. Don't want to give him anything too good. Good job by Cradle to stay alive. I'd like to see him maybe reach for one and throw it on the outside corner. That curveball starting in the middle and bring it out.
Just a little low. Still has another pitch to work with here, Bruce. I think he's going to try to keep it inside, keep it inside and low here. Maybe another breaking ball. We'll see.
Swung on and missed. The runner was going, but it doesn't matter as strikeout, and the Orioles get out of that inning. Again, another 4-batter inning for, we've seen quite a few of those. And the Orioles hanging in there. Still an inning and a half to go, and we're tied at 1 as we reach the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, St. Louis Park having a little bit more on the hit parade. They're having about 6 hits today, and let's see if they can start off this inning with another great opportunity like they did the last half inning that they were up.
You know, Kennedy, their next game is at home against Chanhassen, and then they go on the road for 5 in a row, Dwayne. They play Chaska twice, Benil twice, Richfield once, and then it looks like they're back home for the rest of the season with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 home games.
That is amazing.
Right. What it is like to be young again when you get the rides in the carriage.
They do have those things for adults. I've seen them downtown Minneapolis.
Bruce over along with Dwayne Dahl. It's been a pleasure bringing you a game on a beautiful evening. Game's about an hour and 15 minutes old, and we're already the bottom half of the 6th inning. Ben Cradle was on base, so he's taken a while for him to get geared up. And he comes back to the catcher position. Vanderbeek, he's pitched a good game, giving up 6 hits in the game. Orioles had a rally last inning, unable to get the go-ahead run.
Yeah, you'd almost hate to take either of these pitchers out. They're pitching such a great game, and Vanderbeek's probably at his pitch counts just around to be at the 76 pitch mark. So we'll see how much longer they're going to keep him in the game.
Zach Listiak up, number 4 hitter. So the Orioles have the 4, 5, 6 hitters up to start the 6th inning. There's a grounder just foul of first base. Jonas Smallfield, the first baseman. Let that one roll all the way down to the corner. There's a ball hit down the left field line, and this is a fair ball as it bounces, and a base hit for Listiak.
That's a great way to start the inning, Bruce.
Yeah, it was a long run by McGaffey in left field as he unable to get to that ball. He was shaded way towards center field, and Listiak held at first base. We'll see if the Orioles do any bunting here. Get Listiak in scoring position. Pekarik 1 for 2 in the game, a double and a strikeout.
Called a high strike there, Bruce.
See, Cradle has a good arm. I don't know if they'll test it as this one fouled out of play.
Once again, fans, to please return foul balls to the game. Thank you.
Again, with the 4, 5, 6 hitters, you don't typically see too many bunts in this situation. So Orioles not getting Listiak into scoring position and taking high that time is Pekarik. Pekarik would like to just make contact and get Listiak into scoring position here. Oh, he gets hit with the pitch.
That's what you call taking one for the team, Bruce.
That is. And you know, Vanderbeek has had such good control. He's thrown very few, 1 walk in the game, and that one coming at a crucial time. And now, with Ryan up, we may see a bunt here to get the runners over to second and third.
Yeah, I would not be surprised, Bruce, to see a bunt. Again, Ben Cradle out there calling the signals out to set the defense.
Brent scoring the only run for the Orioles. And he does bunt the ball. Nice bunt.
Oh, beautiful bunt.
Line. And he's almost there. They're going to call him out, but there's a mix-up, and Good job by the second baseman to finally get over to first base to take the throw. But very, very close play at first base. And a sacrifice.
Let's take a look at this here, Bruce. Yeah, they got him.
Yeah, it was a slide into the base by the second baseman.
Well, here's their chance, Bruce, to take the lead and head into the all-important 7th inning here. Let's see if they can get that fly ball that we wanted last inning or a nice single here.
You a pinch hitter? So Sam Hunt, the batter for Luke Boyum.
Not to be confused with the singer, right? Sam Hunt.
John Reese.
John Reese will pinch run.
Just a little high outside.
I always watch for that squeeze play too. Runners get the lead. Hunt takes that pitch for a strike. Orioles in the 5th, stranded, the bases loaded. Now runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Hunt pinch hitting for Boyum. And that one just off the corner. You see how Cradle does a good job pulling that pitch in, but umpire watching where that ball crosses the plate. Orioles looking for their first lead of the game. 2-1 count, and the pitch is fouled off the backstop, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield up. They're going to try and get the runner at home plate. So Sam can get it in the outfield. Could be 2 runs for the Orioles. And swung on and missed. A low pitch. And Hunt strikes out.
I have a feeling this might be the last inning for Vanderbeek, Bruce. He's up to almost 90 pitches here.
Well, if the Orioles can score, he may not have to pitch again.
Going right at him.
Yep, Jacob Stillman with ground out to first baseman and a sacrifice. 2nd time up. Who's by your left foot there, Dewey? Pitch outside. You know, Vanderbeek looks like he still has some good power on the pitches.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with his performance. Well, here's the opportunity for the Orioles right here. They've had 2 innings in a row with the bases loaded.
Fouled out, and now 2 strikes on the hitter. So Vanderbeek ahead of the hitter, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Orioles so far this season have struggled to get the big hits. Lost a couple close games against Benilde St. Margaret's and Robbins Hill Armstrong, 2-1 and 6-5. Need one here. That's a fly ball down the right field line.
Get down, get down.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, you know, the right fielder plays shaded to center field, so a long run for him. And tough play for a first baseman to run out that far, too. Stillman protecting the plate. Royals need a base hit here. Pitch.
Oh!
Strike. So breaking ball right over the plate, and Stillman looking. And we're going to go into the seventh inning, and we're tied at 0. So or 1. Dwayne, St. Louis Park with 1-7-1, and Kennedy 1-3-0. We'll be back with more baseball and the 7th and final inning, or maybe even more if we have extra innings coming up.
My journey skating for the gold taught me a lot, but my journey with breast cancer has been one of my greatest teachers.
Every woman's breast cancer is unique. Be Wiser educates and empowers women to take control of their breast cancer treatment plan and help navigate their own path beyond 5 years.
Talk to your doctor about information and tests to personalize a treatment plan that fits your needs. I did. Be informed, be wiser, support survivors like us.
Bruce Home along with Dwayne Doe from Derek Keller Field, and a good baseball game, tied at 1. St. Louis Park has had a few opportunities the last couple of innings, but they're only able to get 1 in the 5th inning and 0 in the 6th after getting runners at third base with 1 out and unable to bring them across.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Bruce, they have had their opportunities of base runners the last couple innings, but let's see if Will can shut them down right in a short inning this inning and give a chance to have a walk-off win going into the 7th.
You know why it's important, too, Dwayne, is St. Louis Park doesn't want to go too deep in their pitching rotation with the doubleheader coming up on Friday. So, you know, again, this is important, and Will's done a great job to give them 6 strong innings, and hopefully he can give them 7 here and give the Orioles a chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, with this condensed season they have this year, they really got to watch the pitching arms, and Will's put in a great game. He's right around the 80 pitch mark as we head in here to the top of the 7th. Let's see what he can do.
Number 17,
Zach Listiak coming back in at first base.
now batting for Bloomington Kennedy on the top of the 7th, designated hitter Justin Ekholm.
He had a base on balls last time.
Yeah, Ekholm, we got the 7, 8, 9 hitters up right now for Kennedy. Grounded down the third base line. This is a fair ball. Gets left fielder picking the ball up, and again, this one only going to be a single, as Paterick does a good job to hold Ekholm to a base hit.
Yeah, very nice job with Paterick getting that ball back into the infield and keeping it to a single.
Well, Smallfield, see if he bunts the runner over to second base, or if Ekholm tries to steal second base. It's a bunt.
I kind of waved at it there, Bruce. You just kind of want to keep still when you're putting those sacrifice bunts down.
There's so many times you see a lot of times nowadays the bunter, they're pulling the bat back instead of you know, just holding that bat still and getting that ball down. There's a swung away by Smallfield, and it was fouled out of play. 0-2 count. Ekholm gets a big lead right now.
There he goes.
Runner's going. Low pitch. Throw on over to second base, over on the shortstop side. That was a tough pitch to handle by Meyer because it was down in the dirt. So runner on second now on the stolen base. Ekholm, and Orioles need a strikeout here. That pitch inside almost looked like it was going to hit him. But
yeah, that was a little high. He might be getting a little fatigued here, Bruce. The ball just didn't break at all.
Grounded to the third base side. You can see now they're starting to pull the ball a little bit more. Maybe losing a little bit of speed on that pitch.
Again, this is their, third, fourth time around the batting order. They've seen him now, so they know what to expect.
6 strikeouts in the game. Could really use 7. His 7th one right now. Full count, 3-2. Got to keep an eye on that runner at second base, Ekholm. Time is called.
High fly.
The center fielder, Sorensen. He's there underneath it, makes the catch. No chance for the runner to tag.
Left fielder, Michael McGaffey.
Mike McGaffey, the left fielder, now steps up to the plate. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. 0 for 1 officially in the game. He flew out to the left fielder, to Carrick, in the 3rd inning. Walked in the 4th or 5th inning. Hannon trying to get out of this inning with no runs. Grounded to the third base and just foul. So we've seen a lot of those balls pulled down the third base, and I think he's throwing that changeup and that breaking ball, and they're coming around on it.
Yeah, they're waiting on it a little more. He doesn't. I haven't seen too many fastballs from him today. He really has a nice breaking ball.
0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher Meyer. Ekholm gets his lead at second base. The curveball just down low. 2-2 now.
All right, he does not want to go 3-2 with that man at second base. See if he can get him here.
Up high, 3-2 with top of the order on deck. Gilbert Lopez. And then down low inside. He may be tiring a little bit. Hasn't walked many hitters in this game.
Well, and looks like we might get a change here.
With the top of the order coming up. What a great pitching performance by Will Hannon. And I think he just ran out of steam.
He did run out of steam. He threw in the mid, almost over 90 pitches today. Great performance.
For St. Louis Park, now pitching, number 16, Aaron Ellingson.
Ellingson will come in to pitch. Do you have any stats on Ellingson? Take a look.
Well, yeah.
We don't know if they're correct.
Maybe the pitching stats are a little bit more accurate than the batting stats we had earlier.
He hasn't pitched.
He hasn't pitched yet, so
they're right. They're right there.
He's perfect so far this year.
Trying to save the lead, or not the lead, trying to save the tie game here and give the Orioles a chance to win the game in the 7th inning. Good pitching performance by Will Hannon, with giving up only 3 hits in the game. 6 strikeouts. Hopefully the Orioles don't kick themselves for not scoring in the last 2 innings when they had runners, so many runners on base.
Yeah, they definitely have had their chances, Bruce. And,
Center fielder,
let's see how Ellington does here.
Lopez.
So Gilbert Lopez now to the plate. He's going to be Gilbert has a lot of speed, so it'd be a tough player to try and double up. Lopez doubled in the third inning, 1 for 3 in the game. Line outside.
Ellingson's a sophomore.
This is low and outside. Behind the hitter. Both starting pitchers that we've seen in this game had a very good control. That's a good pitch. Tough situation to come into the game with the game on the line. Runners at first and second. Top half of the 7th inning. There's a bunt down the third base line, foul.
Lopez kind of taking a half kind of swing bunt at that one.
Yeah, if he gets that one down to third baseline, good chance that they'll have bases loaded that time. Count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Orioles could use a strikeout here. Joe Jeans on deck, throw back to second base. Diving back in. Safe that time is Justin Echolm.
Come below your hands, Gilly. Last one out here, kid.
Ellingson's pitch.
Nice pitch.
Inside. Called that one a little early, Dwayne. It
did.
broke a little bit.
I got a little excited.
You called
about
before
that
the end of the break on that one. 3-2. Up high, and bases are loaded for the number 2 hitter, Joe Jeans.
Well, here is Bloomington's chance. The bases loaded. 1 out.
Force that home plate for the Orioles if they can get a ground ball here. Play the infield in. Inside pitch. Ellingson needs to get the ball over the plate here.
One spot.
Let the fielders do the work. Breaking ball to the shortstop. Oh. Is it caught? I don't know. They called it out. Yep. So it's caught by Riley Dvorak. And a good job by the base runners not to be doubled up.
Yeah, I was surprised that they were running more aggressively. They sure got back to their positions, their bases quickly.
What a big out there. And now the infielders can play back. But Kern, a tough hitter, flown out 3 times in this game, so he's made contact. That pitch doesn't miss by much.
Nice pitch there, a little bit, just missed it inside corner by a bit.
Echolm on third. McAfee on second. Lopez on first. And
come on, get over there.
Ball down the left field line, diving for it. And I think that time McCarrick knew he wasn't going to get it, but did a nice valiant dive attempt. It was already almost down, but he liked the effort. Fortunately, that ball in foul territory.
Almost looked like Bobby Allison almost made that Bobby Allison catch up there.
And how many people remember Bobby Allison?
I do. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Look them up, people.
Grounder to the right side. First baseman.
There we go.
And the Orioles avoid a disaster that time. And Kennedy feeling sort of what happened to St. Louis Park. They got runners in scoring position with 1 out. Runners at third base and unable to get the run in. And a great cleanup job that time by Ellingson getting out of that.
Oh, it definitely was. He made some good pitches there and some great fielding. Now they have a time for a walk-off win, Bruce.
Right, and you know how tough that was too. You know, he comes in and you got the top of the order up, and the Orioles able to get out of that inning and have a chance to win the ball game here. And so who do we have up to win the ball game? Starts with our number 9 hitter, John Meyer. I don't know if John could move up in the lineup a little bit with his hits today, 2 singles.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And let's hope he can set the plate for that top of the line.
We got a new pitcher in the game too. For Kennedy.
Number 14, Justin Ekholm.
Justin Ekholm will be the new pitcher. So that means.
Well, it's interesting. I have Vanderbeek and Hannon both had about 93, 94 pitches in the game. So amazing performance by both pitchers today. And it's too bad that their pitch counts were now so high that they couldn't complete the games. But they were both fatiguing a bit, and that caused for some base runners and those latter innings, Bruce.
Most importantly, they gave their teams a chance to win this ball game, and that's what's important. And as we mentioned, there are a lot of games coming up, and so if you can get 6 innings out of a starting pitcher, that helps your team immensely.
I mean, for a first pitching performance, Bruce, for Aaron Ellingson to come in here, having not pitched this year in that kind of situation, and getting out of that inning was a great effort.
It really was, and you know, big play on that ground ball, you know, or that little liner. Dvorak was able to get the baseball there, hold the runners, and then get out of it with pop out, a ground out. Looking at the wrong, put the ground out to the first baseman. So John Meyer will start things off for the Orioles against Ekholm. And now again, you get a new pitcher. It'll be interesting to see how Ekholm does. A little bit of pressure on him, having to come in with a game tied in the 7th inning.
I don't know what the conversation here is all about, Bruce. Is it about pitching change, or I'm not really sure.
Well, the coach is smiling over there, though, so I don't think anything too serious. They know they're in a battle here. Both teams looking for their 2nd win of the season. Nice pitch. Ekholm, a right-hander. There's a liner to the second baseman, and it's through his glove, and the Orioles will have a leadoff runner on. And we got to call that one an error on the second baseman.
Well, a tough play, but I think they might mark that an error. We'll have to watch the scoreboard.
That's an E4. I think they gave him a hit, but
well, either way, we got our runner on base, our winning run on base, and see if we can move him around.
Johnny Sorensen up. See if he bunts the ball. They got the third baseman in on the grass. The throw back to first base.
Center fielder, Johnny
Meyer back.
Sorensen.
Bunt, and this is foul.
Had the right idea there.
And 0-1 pitch, Sorensen.
For St. Louis Park,
Went around, so it's now no balls, 2 strikes.
Odin.
Yeah, last pitch was just a high fastball and kind of a little bit outside, which is really a tough pitch to bunt at.
Odin's running at first base, and this one's fouled out of play.
Eccles just seems to be rearing back and throwing the fastball here.
Riley Dvorak on deck. Up high. Good eye by Johnny. Owens gets the lead up high again.
Yeah, the last 3 pitches have been all in the same area, kind of high and outside that fastball. He needs to bring it down a little bit.
Johnny 1 for 2 in the game, takes that one outside, and the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Johnny Sorensen with Riley Dvorak on deck. See if they send Odins, they don't, and the pitch outside, and a good job by Sorensen. He was down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, and takes a walk on this one.
Yeah, great way to be patient out there, Bruce. And now we're sitting very good here. Let's see if the bunt's going to be on here. See if they try to move him over to third base and second base.
Hey, know what you're doing here. Know what you're doing.
I think we'll see Riley put a bunt down here. Ian Sambo on deck. There's a bunt.
Oh, there it
Back
is.
to the pitcher. He's going to go to third, and they get the runner at third base.
Just
Great play
bunted,
by Ekholm.
Yeah, just bunted a little bit too hard right back at the pitcher, giving him a play at third base. That's too bad. That was a good plan, but still have just 1 out here, and we still have the winning run at second base.
Yeah, so fielder's choice, and you got some speed on the base path with Sorensen and Dvorak, and Sandbo will come up to the plate, and he'll be swinging away, trying to get a base hit and see if the Orioles can win this game. Outfielders playing deep. Well, that looked a little bit high in the strike zone, and Ekholm getting the call that time. The count even out, 1-1. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Kennedy. 1 run, 8 hits, and 1 error for St. Louis Park. There's a catch by the second baseman, and the runners will get back. Again, the right fielder playing in a good spot that time was able to come in and make the catch. That was Zemian.
Now here we are again, Bruce. We got a chance to win the game here and go home. And at first and second.
Well, you got the hitter you want up, Zach Listiak. See if he can bring him home. 1 for 3, base hit his last time up. Takes the pitch for a ball.
The 13th pitch.
Pekarik, yeah, Pekarik on deck. So righty against lefty here. Just off the corner. Didn't miss by much. But here's where you like to see Zach just tee off on a ball, because they're going to have to come over the plate here. There it is.
Get down,
in
get
the
down
gap,
there.
and it is
Yeah,
over
there it
the
is.
outfielder's hand, and the Orioles will have a walk-off win. Zach Listiak with a base hit, and the St. Louis Park Orioles win the baseball game. Finally get that hit they needed.
Oh my, what a great hit down the line. Out in the gap in left field there.
Yeah, just over the outstretched arm of McGaffey in left field. And well, I don't know if we have a replay on this. We do. And let's see how close.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked closer from here, but no chance for McGaffey that time. And a great hit by Zach Listiak, his second hit of the game. And the St. Louis Park Orioles win this game 2-1.
Well, it was a pitching duel, Bruce. It came down, the relievers came in, and St. Louis Park, after having runners the last 3 innings, were finally able to get the winning run over the base.
Yeah, so again, you know, we saw both teams struggling getting those runners over, and it almost looked like that was going to happen again as the Orioles had runners in scoring position. But the big hit by Zach, and now everyone can go home with a smile on their face as St. Louis Park wins their second game of the year. good ball game.
Yeah, so the next game's coming up, and hoping to get some more fans out here is going to be this Friday. It looks like it's going to be a double hitter against Bloomington Jefferson. And the first game will be here at Dakota Park at 4:30 in the afternoon, and the second one should start as soon as it can. Probably they have it targeted for about 7 o'clock, Bruce, but you know, it all depends how the first game goes. And I don't know if they're going to be limiting innings on that game. It looks like they want to do the 7-inning format, but we'll see what happens here on Friday.
Right, so Sorensen scores the winning run as Listiak brings them home, and a great pitching performance by really all the pitchers who pitched in this game. We saw Vanderbeek and Ekholm really do a good job for Kennedy, and Will Hannon did an outstanding job for St. Louis Park, and Aaron Ellingson closing the door, and you know, for St. Louis Park, and they were able to give the Orioles that chance to win in the 7th inning, and that's what they did.
Well, it's great to be part of this game with you tonight, Bruce.
Well, Dwayne, it's great to be with you, and again, fun to have a close one and a good game that moved along very
and an Oriole win. You know, I'm proud to be a homer when I do these games. So,
so Orioles win. Like I sent you in the text before the game, Dwayne said, "What do I need to say?" I'm saying,
Orioles win.
Orioles win. That's all you need to say. That's what happened. And we want to thank everyone for joining us here for this evening's game. Final score here from Derek Kellerfield, 2-1 St. Louis Park Orioles beating Bloomington Kennedy. On behalf of our staff who's done a great job covering the game, the camera people, and our producer director, I'm Bruce Hoberman along with Dwayne Dahl saying so long here. Final score of the Orioles 2, Bloomington Kennedy 1.